with Team Super Saiyans, and I'm gonna be doing a deck profile for the new Piccolo leader from the new set.
Oh, nice. What does it do?
So Piccolo on the Unawakens side, pretty much same like most. When he attacks a leader, he draws. When he awakens, he has the new Bond effect, which is it's really good. So his is Bond 2, so you have to have 2 Namekians in your battle area to gain his effect. So his Bond 2 is he gains crit, and he's able to give 5k to another Namekian. So he's pretty broken. Plus, compared to the other Piccolo, I have the other Piccolo. He just pops cards, but with all the different like barrier cards around right now, it's more of a preference. But I prefer the actual one from the set, not the starter deck.
Nice, nice.
Alright, so
and then I believe this game's critical, right, too?
Yeah, he gains crit
nice.
if you have 2 Namekians. So he's just like the original Vegeta. You just have to have 2 Namekians on board. So he's pretty good. And he gives 5k to another Namekian. So he gains crit and he gives 5k to one of your Namekians on board.
Nice, nice.
And then when he attacks, obviously he draws a card.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So to start it off, you play 4 of Kami's Power Piccolo. He's broken, so he has barriers, so he can't be KO'd. He has double strike, which is very important in today's meta. So you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and you can KO it. So if you can get around barrier, it's really well in this deck. Plus he's a 20k, he's just a good body. So he's like your main card. Like this is your boss monster, I guess you would call it. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh!
And not only that, you have the SPRs too,
yeah,
right?
I have 2 of the SPRs. I'm working on getting 2 more. I got them on opening day. I had to. I mean, Piccolo's my favorite character, so there's no way I'm not going to have the SPRs. Next, we play 3 copies of the Dash Pack promo Piccolos. He's really good. So he also has the Bond 2, must be Namekians. When you play, when the card attacks, you draw a card. So draw power is really good in today's format. You want to like siphon through your deck as fast as you can. It's I mean, he's a 10k, but if you use the leader's effects, he becomes a 15k body. He's a 2-drop, so he's searchable off another card I'll get into later. He's very playable. You can play him for 1 technically with the other card's effect. Plus, like I said, drawing's really key in today's meta. And he's a dash pack, so dash packs are pretty. Next, you want to play 4 copies of the new Kaba Gohans. I call them Kaba Gohans because they do the same thing as Kaba, take life, but instead of gaining double strike, you gain crit, which is also very important in today's meta because you don't want your opponent to have that card advantage. You want to have like a hand advantage like the whole game. It's very important. Plus, he's just a standard 1-drop. Get ahead of your opponent really easy. Pretty self-explanatory.
Nice.
Next, you play 4 copies of Dende. He's pretty much your basic searcher of the deck. You look at the top 3 and you add a Namekian. Like he's pretty basic. I only have 2 foil. I know. Sorry about the ugly comments. I apologize.
It's alright. They go together, so they're gonna be Team 4 stars. They're gonna love each other.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're pretty cool. Next, I played the new Namekian super combo.
Oh, and you almost have a full set.
Yeah,
of foils.
I almost have a full set of foil. I need 1 more foil. If you have a foil, hit me up. Yeah, no, I need 1 more. I can't find any. No one has them, but I'll get it. I promise. Just basic super combo draw. Also playable off one of the cards that I'll show you later. It's kind of not really a tech card. It's basic, but it's pretty good. Next, we play 3 copies of Nail. Again, Bond 2. He draws a card, but he gains 5k and draws a card. But I actually didn't play Nail at first. I played Foreseeing Hit instead. I ran like a little red engine, and Foreseeing Hit's really good in today's format. But I just figured that Nail, I can grab it off almost all my cards. I can use it as green energy if I really need to. Plus that, like I said, that draw power in today's format is just really, really good. And plus, like, the red engine didn't really work for this. You'll see later on. I would still play a little bit of red, but I had to take out the hits. So yeah, Nail is just kind of like a substitute. Plus for that draw, can't go wrong with it. Next, this is the card that I've been talking about. It's the 5-drop. He's pretty good. But he's like a weaker version of Chain Attack Trunks. He's Yeah, he's a Piccolo specific chain attack. So what you do is you play him. You can dump him to the graveyard, or sorry, to your drop area. You untap one, and you can play a Piccolo or a Piccolo Junior from your hand. That's a 4-drop or less. So again, it really helps with Overwhelm. So if you play black, which I do, it gives you a free card, places a 20k body. So he's pretty good. Next, we're gonna go into Lord Piccolo or King Piccolo for the starter deck. He's actually one of my favorite cards. So he's not even really a 5-drop. He's technically he's a 3-drop if you have Bond 3. So if you have 3 Namekians on board, you reduce his cost by 2 and he becomes a 3-drop. He's a 25k beat stick. And he can pop stuff on board.
Oh, so basically if you already have this on the field,
yeah,
you can just
play him. Yeah. So he's pretty broken. So
and like he'll be free cost.
So yeah, so you play him, and then you play him and you go, okay, put him to the drop area. You untap one of the 5 that you charged, and then you could play like a Piccolo. You could play Driven. You could play the Dash Pack promo. There's another couple other Piccolos you could play. Like there's one that lets you search for Son Gohan Adolescence. I don't play that one just because I don't run that package. But he gives you a couple different options to run through. I had him at 4. But I found it like really cloggy. I ended up just charging him most of the time. I never really got through to playing him. But yeah, he's still pretty good.
Alright, awesome.
Next, we play 2 Kamis. He's not a 3-drop. He's really a 1-drop if you have Bond. So all your cards, you kind of spam with this deck a little bit. So all your cards stay on board like the whole time. You never really combo until you go in like really deep. So Kami's a 1-drop, and when you play him, you draw a card. Pretty standard. Next, this is probably my favorite card in the deck, Purina. I actually want to bump him to 3. He's really good. So pretty much what you do is you take a Namekian from your hand, you place him under, he gains crit and he gains 5k. So he's really good. So you could put a Kami, you could put a Dende, you can, yeah, and he's really good. And he's searchable off your field spell, which is next. So Planet Namek is your field spell. I want to bump it to 3. I want to bump that and Purina to 3. So once per turn you play it, tap another green, and you look at the top 5 and you play a 2-drop or less for 1 energy. So it's pretty good. So you can go into a Purina for 1, you can go into a Nail for 1, you can go into Driven. There's multiple different options. Where's Nail? He's under here somewhere. You can even grab a Dende off of it. And you can go in, so earlier I was playing it and I pulled the Dende off of it, and then I got Dende's effect and I was able to add a Namekian, so it felt like a mini Veggies. So I mean, there's a little bit of spamming going on, or you can even get into like a Nail and then just get like free draw power. You can even grab your super combo, you can play it, combo with it from the battle area and then gain more off of that. So either way you're still gaining, it's a plus no matter what. But I want to bump it to 3. Next, you play the 1 negate, sacrifice. So if you play this card and Piccolo's your leader, then you can actually play it for free. You just take a life instead, so you don't have to pay the energy cost. So it's really broken. Like I tapped myself out earlier, and this still won me the game. It's a really good card. Next, special beam cannon.
Ooh, nice.
It's beautiful.
Foil.
Yeah, I had to get him foil. I had to get him foil. It's just beautiful. It speaks for itself. It's just another combo extender to make Piccolo stronger, because you want that crit to really push through. Early game, late game, doesn't really matter. Like I said, you always want to have that card advantage. So it's a 10k boost, plus it looks gorgeous.
Yes, it does.
Next, because you're playing the crit Piccolo, you gotta run the Champas. It's just easy double strike. I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, if you played Vegeta, you would understand. You combo with it, the card that's swinging gains double strike. Self-explanatory. Then we play the cheat card. It's an extra 4 copies of my super combo, but you're actually allowed to play it. It's really good.
And with this deck, since you're drawing so much, you always want to draw all your key cards right away.
So say you like super combo and then you draw into this, that's a +2 off the bat. You get 3 cards off of 1 energy, which to me is very valuable in this deck, especially with the crit, because your crit's gonna go through if you're comboing off 3-4 super combos. Next, I play 2 Scientist Foos. 25k, draw 2 cards. Drawing's super important in this deck.
And then you don't even have to always attack with this one. You just don't have the draw power.
Yeah,
too, right?
Even if you don't swing with it, say they negate it or anything, you still get to draw 2, so it's automatically a +2. And all you have to do is have 7 cards in your warp. So that's another. Say you have 6 cards and you don't feel like comboing off all the way just to be able to play him. You could play the 5-drop, put him into the area. So you could play. Where'd he go? So you play the Reign of Terror. Activate Reign of Terror's effect to pitch it to the drop area, to then special out Akami's power. And then say you already had like 6 cards in your drop area, then you can activate the Overrun for 1, play him, draw 2 more cards. So it's really just consistent in draw power for this deck. And then for my final card, again, draw power, Time Patrol. Can't go wrong with it. Look at the top 2, add a card. Either top deck 1 or you can bottom deck 1. Most of the time I end up bottom decking because I already know what I want to grab and what I don't want to grab. But again, just an insane amount of draw power with these cards. So yeah, the deck profile is pretty simple. Nothing too extravagant. Like I said, I want to bump a couple cards up to 3, keep test playing. I tested out a blue and a red, like variant. The blue, I noticed it was a little bit more control than anything, but you couldn't really do much with it. I mean, there's just so many different cards in today's meta where it like slows the game down a lot. The red was like, it was super aggro, but I ended up always just charging the hits. I would never actually play them, but then I would like, oh, I need more green energy. So the reds kind of just slowed it down a little bit. So I think if you're gonna play Piccolo, you should just play like almost mono green, then just a little bit of like Spice Tech. But yeah. Thank you for watching. This is Mark. Hope you guys liked my Piccolo deck profile. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to Team Super Saiyans. Peace.
Peace.